I need help. I can't get it all off by myself.
Well, be motivated to stick with the healthy eating habit, and I guarantee you're not going to live too long like this, okay?
Yes, sir.
All kinds of patients find their way to Dr. Now's hospital, both the ones that have what it takes to lose weight and the ones that are in very desperate conditions who need to lose weight. These are some of those situations where Dr. Now had desperate patients. This is Patrick's story. Patrick may weigh 657 pounds, but he has one thing going for him: his marriage. His wife Amanda is his caregiver, and they have a great relationship. But she's also the one who indulges his food requests, which makes him so unhealthy, so it's kind of a mixed bag. Can he meet his target for weight loss surgery? I guess we'll see. His story begins like this.
Did you sleep good?
Didn't have enough sleep. Had a long day yesterday.
Up and see daylight, I'm surprised to still be alive.
Because my weight is killing me. When I first wake up, I pretty much dread it every day. I dread the first time I get up out of the bed, putting my weight on my legs. I'm in pain. My back hurt. And walking just a few steps makes me.
Patrick still finds it difficult getting used to this life where he needs people to help him shower. 5 or 6 years ago, he did not need help, but his weight has grown almost exponentially since then.
I still try and do the things that I can do by myself. Now I'm so big.
My wife, Amanda, she has that she shouldn't have to help me do, and it shouldn't be that way. Hey, babe, can you come help me?
Having to be helped each day, to not be able to do anything on your own, is extremely devastating. Unfortunately, Patrick cannot help it. It's like being a child again, but if you eat without a care in the world like a child, that's probably where you could end up.
It will be 20 years we've been married. Recently, his health has decreased. Feet, they're hurting him really, really bad. So I try to help him get up in the morning and fast so he can get breakfast.
So, what does our man Patrick eat after showering? Let us see if that contributes at all to his present situation. But if you ask me, I would honestly say that all his eating it, the reason he is in such a bad situation. He has absolutely no control of what goes into his stomach, and that is not good at all.
Looks good.
You need anything else?
No, I should be good.
He does need the help. I'm usually 8 minutes down the street. I could say hey or be like, hey, I'm here. You know, I don't like being away from my dad. So it always comes around a lot.
I have addiction to food.
Good as I do when I have food in my mouth.
Wow, that is a lot of food. Patrick knows that he is addicted to food. He says that this is partly genetic and because all his siblings are overweight. So in a way, maybe we cannot blame Patrick for being overweight. Anyway, Patrick is now on his way to see Dr. Now and see if he qualifies for weight loss surgery. Dr. Now has some pretty harsh questions for Patrick.
I ate too much.
In what setting, or you eat too much all day?
I probably snack all day, but it's usually one big meal a day, and then
So what do you snack on?
candy, whatever's there, chip.
You're diabetic and you eat candy?
Yes.
Okay, that was funny, but it is also a bit sad, because it shows quite clearly that Patrick's primary problems are his own doing. The baseball bat here is candy, and Patrick keeps smacking his head with it and still complains that it hurts. Well, it is going to hurt Patrick, but Dr. Now isn't done with his questions.
You stay home. So you said chips and candy. Who buys those? Okay. So the family enables you, and you just sit around eating, and you say you don't know what. Is that about right?
Yes, sir.
Have you heard the expression, eat less and do more exercise? Like you didn't know that?
I know it.
To Dr. Now, the solution is fairly simple. To Patrick, it is the hardest thing in the world. Patrick says he needs help to stick with healthy eating, but how much help can Dr. Now realistically offer when it comes to that? Anyway, Dr. Now does his best and gives Patrick a lifeline.
But if you don't follow it, there's not much we can do for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna give you some instruction what to eat. Then I'm gonna give you some instruction about exercise and your eating habit. You should be able to lose 60 to, okay?
Well, it can be a very easy thing to do, doctor. Now, but it is a very hard thing for someone like Patrick to do. If he could simply follow a diet, he would not be on this show in the first place. Patrick did make some progress. He lost around 40 pounds. When he presented himself to Dr. Now, he was asked to lose another 100 pounds in the next 2 months.
At my last appointment, I was down to 616, and Dr. Now told me to lose another 100 pounds over the last.
Step up on the scale.
So that would put me at 5.
So he lost a bit of weight, but instead of continuing on his journey, he went back and gained even more. You can already guess how Dr. Now will respond to this behavior.
Well, all that travel put a lot of strain on your body with your weight. So I don't think you should make that trip again, because there is no point. This time, it looked like you almost gained 30 pounds.
I've been sick. I had like the flu.
That is just it. The half-baked, half-good, quarter-sensible, and utterly pathetic excuses do not work. The problem was that our man Patrick was not eating right, and his excuses are simply not going to cut it. Dr. Now has been very patient with him, and he can't deny it. He is running out of time, and it seems like he is just not ready to give it all he has got.
So what is your objective here? What do you expect that we can do for you?
The weight that you can do for me. I mean, I need to show that I can lose the weight. I just have to get off my own butt and do it.
And you're clearly, taking this seriously. But there is no magic to save you. Be me that saves you. It's not going to be your wife or our magic is you. And follow the instructions that we gave you.
But Patrick is not going to take all of this lying down. In fact, he becomes defensive and tells Dr. Now not to worry about doing any regular checkups for him, since there is nothing he can do about his weight.
So we get the updated blood work on you, see how bad you're
We don't need to do all that.
Answer for what?
You said you have no answer?
Well,
Well, what?
we have an answer for you, but you're not following those. And now you were coming in defensive, and it's our fault?
No, I didn't say it.
So what's your problem then? We're giving you the instruction that we're not doing anything.
I'm not blaming for you. I never said you wasn't doing anything.
Well, if Patrick was that tired, he would have followed the diet plan and not turned up to the hospital with even more added pounds. But Dr. Now's words seem to have had an effect. It is a new day, and Patrick has decided to do something that shows his seriousness about losing his weight and getting healthier.
This month, I decided to join a gym trainer and push myself even harder.
Hi, I'm Victoria. What's your name?
I'm Patrick.
Trainer Matt, so he's gonna be working with us today.
Coach Matt.
Ready for a workout today?
I guess.
Follow me.
All right.
All right, so it's gonna be that sled push right there. There you go.
The gym was great. His trainer was really proud of him and how hard he worked at their sessions. Patrick worked hard at the diet and exercising for about a month, and then went to a local clinic to see where his weight was at. Let's see what the scale says.
At my last appointment, I was at 642. I need to lose at least 80 pounds over the last 2 months. To that, I'll be at 562 today.
Doing good.
Yeah.
While Patrick did not meet his goal, he lost 51 pounds and got below the 600-pound mark. This meant there was a huge chance that Dr. Now would approve him for surgery. All that hard work finally paid off. When he spoke to Dr. Now, he was told to lose 30 more pounds within a month, but Patrick could not do that. He could only lose 1 more pound.
What's the point of coming to Houston if you're not doing what you more weight?
I don't know.
So what is your objective move?
Get weight loss surgery. Lose weight. That's my objective.
But we haven't lost anything in the past. What are you going to do different
But I
now?
haven't gained any more weight.
Essentially, Patrick needs to pump those numbers up. Dr. Now says that Patrick must start thinking that the weight will shorten his lifespan. The good news is that doctor schedules Patrick's surgery for a month from this meeting and says that if he loses those 30 pounds, he will go ahead with the surgery.
If you lost 30 pounds, you should have to get surgery. You should be under 560 pounds. 563, so you lost. All right, close enough. All right, we'll go ahead and do surgery, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's get you back in the room.
The surgery was successful, and Patrick finally got what he wanted after losing over 100 pounds in under a year. This means that with surgery and the same lifestyle changes, he could even start dreaming of living a normal life. I am super proud of all the effort he put into getting better. He was desperate to get better, and it looked like it paid off pretty well.
It took him a little longer, but he's down and he's heading in the right direction. So I'm confident we're gonna be able to get him where it may be just a bit of struggle to help, but we will see.
This weight loss journey is about Geno and his cousin Nico, but we'll start with Geno. Geno has no idea what he weighs. He wakes up every morning feeling like he lifted an entire planet before going to bed. He is aware that his body is giving up on him, but has no idea what to do about the situation. Will Dr. Now be able to help him through his weight loss journey? Let's find it. His story starts like this.
What hurts on my body is probably my back, knees, and feet. Overall, my back. Honestly, the most difficult thing about my day is probably taking a shower. Walking up the stairs feels like I'm carrying cement bags under me. Plus, I cannot fit into most spaces.
Jeez, he looks like an overinflated ball. What was Geno thinking, allowing himself to become this fat? Wow. He even goes on to say that the most difficult part of his day is when he has to take a shower. I would hate myself if I were to be in his shoes.
Don't tell my mom, but I make the best eggs. She's a good cook, but she's not me. I did go to culinary school, so I do know what I'm doing. She, of course, still treats me like a little kid. Off and on for 31 years now. So I guess it's normal for
I can't be the only one who saw the amount of eggs he cracked and is about to fry. That's enough to feed a family of 8. I very much doubt this dude wants to be better with the way he eats. He can't even stand for 20 minutes without sweating and feeling like he is going to pass out.
Obesity does run because I was heavy, my mother was heavy, my father was heavy, and so was his father. So he was getting it no matter what, you know.
I'm grateful for her, but my mom aggravates me sometimes.
It looks like we now know where his problem started. Genoa's mom has always allowed him to eat whatever he wanted, in whatever quantities. His mom even says that obesity has always been their family thing, so she's not surprised her son is this big.
Growing up, me and Geno, everyone always thought we were twins. You know, alike, and we've always been hefty. We always been by each other's sides. Like, he's my best friend. I love him. He's always been my best friend. He's my wingman.
We'd have eating contests and stuff like that. And between that and all the eating, we did 100 pounds by the time I was 6.
Jesus, that's a lot of food. And he actually intends on eating all of that? I am speechless. If only Geno had Dr. Now as his dad. There is no way on earth he is going to be this big. Dr. Now would most definitely not allow it.
It became something I needed in order to feel better. And by the time I was in the 4th grade, I was already 200 pounds. Mom ended up getting full custody of me and my sister. See my dad a little less. It was much different. The only constant was food. I weighed almost 300 pounds.
Who wouldn't feel that type of way? Imagine not being able to fit into the desk that everyone fits into. That has to be the most embarrassing thing ever. What's even more mind-blowing is the fact that he was already weighing 200 pounds as of when he was in high school.
I started gaining a lot of weight around that time. In school, I got a couple different jobs and but I wasn't able to keep any. The bigger I got, the more the kitchen couldn't hold me, and I just kept getting bigger. And then I suffered a really bad workplace accident. Blew out my knee on the job.
Did he just say there's no MRI machine that can fit him? Oh my goodness. It's even more annoying knowing that he has a problem with his knee, and he still keeps eating so much. If he loves himself, he needs to see Dr. Now as soon as possible.
In my family, we never...
Here's cereal, your kind that you like. You ate the whole box I got you the other day? Oh, look at this strawberry fluff.
I want this.
I actually want to try this.
I've been to parties where the chips be going on. We'd have backup food. But scared for Geno.
You want to drink some now?
Geno does not do any form of exercise.
This is just so annoying to listen to. It's as if his mom is the major reason he is this big. She never tells him no. Every time he wants something to eat, she always gets it for him. Does she know that lifestyle is killing him? Honestly, she should know better than to do that to him.
Nice, you didn't break the car or the curb, nice.
Geno, your bag's over there.
To get to Dr. Now on time, and that's a lot, but I'm hoping that once I rest... That's weird.
I mean, that can't be surprising. Geno finally agrees to see Dr. Now, but it's a long drive to Houston. A couple of hours into the trip, he has to take a break because his back and spine feel like they are about to split into 2. I hope he makes it to the hospital.
I'm really excited. Excited.
There we go, baby.
Can't wait to meet him.
Oh,
You guys are nervous.
Is it available? There's one here and one there. Oh, no.
Well, this is the first day of the rest of your... Can you...
After 6 days on the road due to Geno's condition, the family finally made it to the hospital. Those 6 days were the longest and most painful 6 days of Geno's life because all through the trip, his back felt like they were going to give up on him. Oh well, let's see what Dr. Now has to say.
I'm a little nervous because it's been a long time since I don't want to see a huge increase in my weight. I think it's over 600.
Your weight is 684. We're going to go to room 5 now.
Damn, that's a pretty high number.
Ouch! Like he said, that's a pretty high number. Geno finally checks his weight after a long time, and he apparently weighs almost 700 pounds. That's a lot. What scares me is the fact that he might not be able to find the strength and courage to lose all that weight.
So we have the dynamic at home that has... So we all got to make the changes, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you, the cousin, don't think I'm when you all eat together and with each other.
A lot. Every day, we have that deep culture of eating bad foods and just a bad habit.
Dr. Now tells them that they need to cut down at least 60 pounds before he considers both Geno and his cousin Nico for weight loss surgery. I love how Dr. Now did not skip his cousin Nico. At least if Nico agrees to lose weight, it's going to be enough motivation for Geno to also lose weight. Let's see how they do.
But I don't think it's cheese for you.
It's fine, whole pieces.
But you can't use that cheese, it's not the...
I understand that, but I wouldn't go over calorie if I use a slice. This isn't Russia. Mealtime with Mom, she keeps telling me the same thing over and over, and oh, you can't have this, you can't have that. I know what I cannot.
I need to fall off the diet.
I'm not gonna fall off the diet, trust me. Just hand me what I ask, please.
Geno's mom is getting frustrated at the fact that her son doesn't want to follow the strict eating habit Dr. Now gave him. Every time she tries to tell him that he can't use a certain ingredient to cook, he just gets upset. Does he even want to meet his target?
See how strong the bench is. Oh yeah, I was holding those bolts pretty nice. This is nice.
This thing's very strong. Just think, you were breathing harder than you are now walking to the bathroom a couple weeks ago. It's an improvement. You keep that head down, keep going.
Yep.
At least Nico is helping him in other aspects of losing weight. Nico believes that his cousin Geno is starting to shed weight, and that's a good sign. It's really nice to see that they're both doing what's good for their health. Hopefully they keep it up.
Your weight is 629.
Yeah, baby.
Can step down?
Cool.
Where we wanted you.
Yeah, I'm only 5 marks.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, he is 5 pounds short of his target weight, but it's very impressive that he was able to lose some weight. Looks like he might be cut out for it after all. Is Dr. Now going to be impressed with his results?
But first, our focus is on Houston. We're gonna do what we can to stay on track and find a spot to live.
Nice.
But it's taking a little longer than we thought because we decided to go in and try to buy a house in here that we can flip after the year is up. So we're waiting to find the right place for us.
Damn, who knew they could play volleyball? Once again, I'm impressed by how much energy Geno and Nico are putting into getting better. It's surprising that they could do this all while only waited till it was almost too late.
Well, yeah, well, everyone doesn't really matter. What matters most is you going down there, getting healthier, you know, adding more years to your life, and it's not been together like friends for 6 years. Like I trust to make us stronger. It just, I hope this year flies by fast.
Yeah.
You know, I really do.
It's gonna be okay.
I think we're gonna be more than okay.
She has to be the best woman ever. Geno has a conversation with his girlfriend about moving close to the dock and how he doesn't want it to break up their relationship. Being the sweet woman that she is, she tells him it's all right. As long as he is getting healthier, things are going to be okay.
Well, it looked like you lost your weight and you're ready for your surgery. You ready? All right, super. All right, we get started in a few minutes, okay?
All right, Doc, thank you.
All right. Geno, he's met the goal I gave him to lose 30 pounds.
Apparently, Geno meets his target for his weight loss journey and is ready to be operated on. His cousin sadly didn't make the cut, and he has to work harder to meet his target. Dr. Now says that Geno's surgery is a high-risk one because he is still over 500 pounds.
We successfully completed a gastric sleeve on Nico. So now he and Geno have an important tool that was 15 to 20 pounds each one until he gets close to his target weight.
This is David's story. Imagine food being the only thing that makes you stand up from the bed every day. Well, that's David's life summed up. David has gotten so fat that he gets stuck while trying to get out of his vehicle. Ridiculous, right? At this point, the only person who can save him is Dr. Now. This is how his weight loss journey begins.
It's so hard to force myself to get up. Messed up from my weight. The back started getting so... I'm in agonizing pain. That's when my weight really been taking its toll. I take muscle relaxers and then heavy prescription pain pills.
Hell no. Did you guys see how hard and how long it took him to get up from the bed? At some point, I thought he was not going to be able to stand up. Jeez. David, what have you done to your body? Does he even get out of the house?
Getting dressed, the hardest thing I do to help me when I need help. If it wasn't for her, I would have given up on myself. Hey, Robin, can you help me put on my socks?
Okay. David is part of my family, and I claim him. You about ready for breakfast? We'll get that started.
Well, thank goodness she is in his life. Imagine if he did not have her, his life would honestly be a mess. He even said that there was a time he fell down and was able to lift himself up. Bro, I would hate myself if that happened to me.
So from an early age, I learned to eat when a meal was given to me. Because Sometimes you wouldn't know you're gonna get fed again for days. The time I was 3, I got placed with a permanent foster. So the Nelsons wanted to adopt me. So I got adopted at 6, but my dad was kind of a scary figure.
That explains why he eats a lot. David has always been in foster care. His foster parents would always beat him, and he hated his childhood. The only thing that made him happy as a child was food. Being that he also wasn't eating well, he ate a lot because he never knew when next he would see his next meal. That is just sad.
And they warned me off. They said, no, he's already blown it. And I said, no, I really want David to come live with me.
Living with Robin is the best environment in foster care I've ever dealt with. She took me in as one of her, my son David. She was always there. She'd help me with my homework, and about 350 down to 280.
That explains why his other foster parents kicked him out. Robin, his new foster mother, took him in and made him feel at home. She even helped him cut down some of his weight. But when he got into the university, everything went downhill. He started drinking and partying and adding more weight.
I wanted to see the United States. I could afford to because sleeping in my semi-truck, I didn't have to pay rent. So I got to see all the States. I didn't leave the road for a year. This was pretty cool. Time on an emotional level, fast food, because that is what's available.
That must honestly be very sad. David says that he got depressed, and there was a time in his life that all he could think about was taking his own life. He had gotten so fat that he couldn't even do anything with himself. All he wanted to do was die. That must really suck.
All right, so stay out of the candy aisle. Don't be looking at the pizzas.
Get some eggnog.
That's not low-cal.
No, but it's delicious.
I was nervous about going with David to the grocery. It was good to get him out, and I was really proud that he made it through a number of the aisles, but his food choices are
If we're being honest, David makes a lot of bad food choices. All he wants to eat is junk food and things that have very high calories, which aren't good for his health. He can't even walk 5 steps without taking a break. His mom needs to put a leash on his eating style.
At this weight, nothing's easy, besides laying down. Even sitting sometimes gets painful. My food problem is killing, weighing down my heart. My back's already messed up. I live every day in despair. So it's time for me to decision if I want to live or die soon. Because if I don't lose the weight,
I'm glad he knows this. He sleeps with oxygen because he has breathing problems, and he is scared that someday he might go to bed and not wake up the next morning. I think it's time for him to meet the doc. This has gone on for way too long. Unbelievable. Is he stuck? My goodness. David finally decides to make his way by to Houston, where he is going to meet Dr. Now. It's a long drive, so he decides to break the journey. Guess what? He can't get out of the vehicle. Wow.
It's been a little while since I weighed myself, and I know I've gotten. I just hope that I'm in the 600s.
You can step up on the scale. Your weight is 7.
Okay.
He weighs 763 pounds? Damn, that is a lot. David was hoping that he wouldn't weigh more than 600 pounds, but sadly, his weight is way more than that. Slimming down from 763 pounds is not going to be easy. But first, let's see what Dr. Now has to say.
That's a big trip, and it's going to take a body going back and forth.
Right.
So it's going to be important you move down.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay. David, I'll see you in 2 months, okay?
Okay.
Anything you have any question, give me a call.
Thank you, Doc.
All right, nice to meet you guys.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Well, I'm glad Dr. Now wants to help him. He tells David to lose 80 pounds in 2 months so he can meet the target weight for his weight loss surgery. Will he be able to meet the cut? I guess we're going to see. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
So that's good. And I'm glad you lost 67.
Thanks,
but
man.
that's a starting point. But with your progress, this is what I will do. I'll approve you for weight loss surgery, schedule it for 2 months from now, lose another 30 pounds by then, and move down here to Houston in that time. We will move ahead with you.
Okay.
You think you can do all that?
Yeah.
Good one, David. After working hard to meet his target weight, he falls short, but just by a few pounds. Dr. Now tells him to move down to Houston, and if he is able to lose 30 pounds in a month, he is going to get his surgery done. David is doing really well, and it's impressive to see him work towards being better.
Yeah.
I hope so. What if they postpone it?
I guess I'll just have to get back on track and lose.
Yeah?
Yep.
You feeling pretty good about it?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it before. I can do it again. We'll do it.
Doctor will be coming in soon, and we'll know shortly.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. David was doing so well, and now he goes on to add more weight, making Dr. Now cancel the weight loss surgery. Man, that's really disappointing for real. Let's hope he can work hard once again to meet his target and have this surgery done once and for all.
Have a seat right over there.
All right.
Oh, man, what? Welcome.
What's up, Doc?
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was in foster care. 13 years old.
Your mother was 13 when she had you.
13 years old. Cokehead. I'm pop positive for cocaine when I was born, so they took me away.
Seeing that David was still finding it difficult to meet his target, Dr. Now suggested that he go see a therapist, and maybe that would help with his ability to cut down his weight. So far, it seems like David has a lot bottled up in his heart. Would this be enough for him to get surgery?
This time I want to lose 45 pounds in 2 months. And if you do that, I'm going to approve you for weight loss surgery. You think you can do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
So keep up with psychotherapy, keep up with your good weight loss, and then we go from there, okay?